Hello, this is Craig Resnick coming to you from the 2020 ARC Advisory Group Orlando Forum. With me today is my special guest, Don Pearson, Chief Strategy Officer, Inductive Automation. Thanks for being with us today, Don.
Thanks for having me, Craig.
And welcome for I think this is the seventh consecutive year you've been here, so we're really glad to have you.
It is the seventh, isn't it? Time flies.
Absolutely. And obviously, a big dominating point at this forum has been the edge. Edge products, edge solutions. What does inductive automation offer regarding edge products and solutions, and how does that help facilitate the connectivity between the edge devices and the cloud?
Well, I think let's break that into two pieces. The first one is regarding edge. And one of the things that we've certainly done is, and we've done it at this conference, is really expanded our Edge onboard program. And what that really is we're basically make it possible for manufacturers of devices at the edge to pre-license, preload, ready to roll out of the box Ignition Edge on their actual devices. I mean, let's face it, we have this industrial Internet of Things, and somehow we got to make sure those things are part of it. So the onboard program is taking companies like Moxa and Advantech and O-Ring and Opto22 and OnLogic, and really give them the opportunity to develop a product with Ignition Edge on it right out of the box. So that's one piece. The second piece is the connectivity to the cloud, which you mentioned. And our strategic partner, CirrusLink Solutions, really that's their specialty. They've created modules that allow us to inject into the cloud. So you can take all that sensor data and you can get it to where something can be done with it with advanced analytics or machine learning. So whether it's AWS or Azure or Google or IBM cloud offerings, these injector modules work with Ignition and take it right to the cloud. So you have the edge, sort of that idea of sensor to cloud, needs to handle everything in between, and that's what we're working on now.
You know, when you mentioned CirrusLink Solutions, I start thinking of partners and ecosystems. So what's inductive automation's, philosophy as far as ecosystems and partnerships? And, tell us a little bit about how you go about that program.
Sure. Well, first off, I think it's a good thing to say what's a philosophy, because it is a philosophy that's been driven from Steve Heckman, our CEO, from the very beginning. He said, he was an integrator. He wanted to go to market through integrators. He wanted to go direct to integrators. He wanted to help them solve pain points and really build successful businesses. So that was the beginning of what's grown into a full ecosystem. And if you think about really platforms and ecosystems really are built around somebody bringing a core technology and then people build around it with their expertise. We believe that we have that core technology, the industrial application platform that is Ignition, which incidentally is in its 10th year now. This month is our 10-year anniversary. But if you think about that, basically, CirrusLink Solution brings expertise in MQTT, Sepasoft in MES, and then the integrators bring vertical domain expertise. So in essence, what we're saying is we want to build out partners that bring expertise to build out the solution so industrial organizations end up with a better result in their digital transformation challenges.
Okay. Now, one thing is following inductive automation for all the years that you've been coming to the forum. Your performance has been very, very strong. Growth's been very, very strong. So the question is that what do you see, based on the global economy, some of the headwinds that that might be coming up that you certainly have to be prepared for, as well as maybe some tailwinds that might be kind of helping accelerate your growth?
Well, I don't really want to sound arrogant, but when we look at the marketplace, we see tailwind after tailwind. And the reason I think, and we've talked about this before, but I think our kind of disruptive licensing model has set the stage for a lot of what's going on in digital transformation. Because if you give people unlimited tags, unlimited clients, unlimited device connections, you're really setting the stage for what IoT really demands. If someone wants to connect, I don't know, hundreds of thousands of sensors and thousands of PLCs and various devices, you really have to have a liberal licensing model that doesn't break the bank. I'm not saying that solves it. The technology has to work, but it opens the door to at least say your project's not going to get stuck in the pending basket of some controller or CFO somewhere. It can actually be affordable. So I think we have a tailwind with our disruptive licensing model. And also, digital transformation is hard work. Look what's happening. People like Gartner write about things like the trough of disillusionment, and people talk about pilot project purgatory and things like that. what they're saying is, we're trying to get this thing done, but we're a bit disillusioned, and it's a little tougher than we thought. So I think with the Ignition platform, and from your previous question, the ecosystem, we are trying to position ourselves to earn that trust to be that core partner and to bring together players who, in the aggregate, can help companies in their digital transformation journey.
You know, one of the questions that we get from a lot of our clients in the manufacturing and processing industry is, we want to accelerate our digital transformation process, but we don't know how to justify the return on investment and return on assets and the other KPIs that our CFO is looking for to get those projects approved on a CapEx budget or an OpEx budget. Do you provide any tools or help to your customers to kind of help show the return on investment, return on assets, and the other KPIs to help them, get funding for the solutions?
The short answer is yes, but it's a little bit more than just yes, because Ignition is a toolbox. So it's not like it's just a KPI tool. It basically allows you to have the flexibility to build the kind of dashboards you need in order to do that. Now, with Ignition 8 and with the Perspective module, we're very excited because basically the ability to handle global projects, and with Perspective, to build mobile dashboards that can really zero in. If somebody needs a dashboard with these eight metrics that they want to do, but somebody else at a different level of the organization has 8 other ones, you give the person the metric they need to do their job better. And in the aggregate, the cost justification really comes together. One of our enterprise customers is actually speaking here, and they were telling me how the ELA they signed with us, their enterprise license agreement, how they have, hundreds of thousands of dollars of return they've been able to justify because they're building out various dashboards that take the pieces of their strategy and allow them to put them in good metrics. So I think we give you the tool to do it, but the expertise to choose what you need to measure and what really justifies it for you, that really requires your vertical expertise from the end user customer.
I know you had a very successful 2019. You certainly provided a lot of value to your customers, a lot of great accomplishments. What are some of the value propositions you plan on providing your customers with in 2020?
Well, yeah, we had a pretty good 2019. I could say that was our best year ever by a whole lot, and we got very excited about 2020. I think 2 things. One, for what we released here, we really want to build a sense of community. So the Ignition Exchange, where we're making assets available to people for free to use, we're going to expand on that. We're going to grow our, Christine has on her team, she runs our community alliances, and she has a new person for University Engagement Manager. We want to get our product into the hands of engineering schools and give them a chance to have educational copies to train that next generation of engineers, sort of building that next generation. And onboard will continue to grow. We have a whole pipeline of onboard. We have a whole pipeline of new distributors we're bringing on. We're bringing on at least 10 countries this year with our distribution program. So these are building out that ecosystem a little bit stronger, Craig, which we are pretty strongly committed to. And all of it is our major, it kind of supports our major initiative, which is, can we get that enterprise solution to be enterprise scalable this year? So we really are doing digital transformation now. It's not like some pipe dream off in the future somewhere. So a major focus is enterprise deployments, bringing all the kind of pieces of the ecosystem together. So with all that, I guess I would say we're pretty excited about 2020.
Well, it sounds like you have a lot to be excited about. Good luck this year.
Thanks.
Thanks for being with us. My special guest today was Don Pearson, Chief Strategy Officer, Inductive Automation. And I'm Craig Resnick, ARC Advisory Group, coming to you from the 2020 Orlando Forum. Thank you very much. Have a great day.